Good morning.
大家早上好。
Well, this morning we have 2 hours.
那今天早上我们有2个小时
And I have 2 sessions.
我有2个讲座
And I'm sort of blending the 2 of them together.
我尝试的把2个呢放在一起
So this session is session 4. It's called Counting the Cost.
所以这第4场会是讲到呢数算我们的代价
Relationships, budgets, and your life.
是关于到呢我们的感情、我们的预算、我们的生命
In particular, we're focusing on the last 2, the budgeting and your life plans.
我们比较着重的呢是在这个预算和我们生命的计划
And then the topic of relationships and money will tack onto the beginning of the next session.
那么呢这个感情和金钱方面呢就会和下一场呢连在一起
Okay, let's pray as we begin.
让我们祷告
Father in heaven, I pray your Spirit will be with us,
天父我祈求你的圣灵与我们同在
and may we be able to apply the things that you have taught us.
让我们能够学习运用这些东西
And may we learn to count the cost.
让我们学习如何去算我们的代价。
In Jesus' name, amen.
奉主耶稣名求。
So this is my blog, Saving the Crumbs,
所以那是我的部落格。
Luke 14,
我们去到路加福音第14章
verse 28 to 30.
第28到30节。
For which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to build it?
你们当中有谁要建造房子，不先坐下来计算代价，他能不能够使他完成？
Otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish.
要不然，当他建了根基，并不能够完成，那些来看见的呢，都会嘲笑他。
So the point here that Jesus is trying to make,
耶稣想要说的是，
you need to make plans.
你需要做计划。
And financially speaking, this man needed to figure out how much it's going to cost to finish this tower.
而这个人在建造他房子的时候，他需要算一算，他到底需要多少钱把它做好。
It is not faith to say, I will just start building and miraculously expect somehow to finish.
如果他就这样开始建，没有去想如何去完成的话呢，不是一种信心的方式。
Jesus recommends that we must have a plan.
耶稣说，我们一定要有计划。
And that applies to our money.
这是和我们经济呢也是一样有计划。
So in this session, we're talking about 3 types of plans.
所以今天呢，我们会说到3种计划，
And they are each interconnected with the next.
这3个呢都是互带连接关系的。
And all of these things combined create our own personal financial plan.
当它们结合在一起的时候呢，就成了我们的经济预算计划。
First is what I call life event plans.
第一是我叫做呢人生大事这些计划，
And we'll explain what that is in a moment.
我们会解释那是什么。
2 is sort of 2 parts. There are long and short-term savings plans.
第2个呢可以分成2个部分，一个是长期，另一个是短期的储蓄计划。
And then 3rd is what we commonly think of as the budget, and that's our monthly spending plan.
第3，我们就是常讲的这个预算，就是每个月的预算我们所花费的。
And these plans go in order.
而这3个呢是有跟着次序的哦。
So let's begin with life events.
所以我们先从人生大事开始。
What are some life events?
我们人生中有哪些比较重大的决定
In
呢？
essence, there any major thing that requires a significant sum of money.
任何一件人生需要花费极大的事情呢，都算是人生重要
So
的事
here are
情。
some examples.
这些是一些的例子。
A college or a career,
我们需要读的学院，还是我们选择的行业？
having a baby.
要不要有孩子？
We just went through that about a year ago.
我们呢，1年前刚刚经历这一件事情。
Okay, having a wedding
结婚，
or paying off large debts,
还清我们一些比较大的债务，
buying a house or a car,
买车、买房子，
going on a big vacation,
去一些旅行啊之类的，
or if you have a mission trip that you're planning to go to,
或者是我们预算去做一些圣工的，
or our children's education or our retirement.
和我们孩子的教育、我们的退休金，
These are all big items that we can foresee that we will need to pay for down the line.
这些事呢，我们可以预算我们以后人生应该会经历的事情。
So these are the various types of towers, if you will.
这些事呢，很多不同 同的所谓的他建筑的那些塔房子。
So Jesus says, before you start laying the foundation on each of these things, you better have a plan to know how you can finish.
所以耶稣说，你还没有建这些一个一个的房子之前呢，你应该算一算它的计划。
These are the questions you want to ask about each of these events.
所以呢，这些是几个你应该问的问题。
How much money will it cost?
他需要花费多少钱呢？
Right? If I'm going to have or go on a vacation, how much will it cost to go to Italy or London?
如果我要去旅行的话呢，我需要多少钱去意大利，还是要多少钱去伦敦？
So the other question is, what can I afford?
换句话说，我们也可以问我们能付起的是多少。
And then you need to know when I need this money by.
第二是我什么时候需要这一笔钱。
And with those two things, we say, well, how much do I need to start saving now?
之前两个问题回答了过后，第三个问题是我现在需要
It says they did a study in the year 2012.
他说在2012年的时候做了一个研究。
The national average wedding cost in America is $28,427.
他说呢，在美国一般上来说，每个婚礼都大概要花$28,000。
That is excluding the honeymoon.
那是没有算他们去度蜜月的旅行。
And I haven't updated the slide, but they did it again since 2012, and this number is well over $30,000 average now.
而他们也做了新的报告，但是我还没有更新啊。他们算到呢，现在是3万以上的。
So imagine most people engagements last maybe 6 months or a year at most.
所以想想，大多数人的这个订婚期啊，大概是6个月到1年的时间。
So do you think that this bride and groom somehow came up with $30,000 for their wedding from the time they got engaged?
所以你想想，这个男方和女方呢，是不是在他们订婚的时间，短短的6个月、1年呢，就能够储蓄这样多的钱呢？
That's actually not how it happens.
一定是不可能的，是不是？
They say, oh, I'm getting married.
所以他们说，哦，我要结婚了。
And we tell the bride, it's your special day, you can have whatever you want.
然后我们告诉我们的那个女方说，哎，这个是你的婚礼，所以你就什么都可以有。
You can be the princess for one day.
你今天呢，可以成为公主。
And so, oh, I'm going to spend thousands of dollars for the reception.
所以呢，会花很多很多的钱呢，在我们的这个晚宴
For the band,
去请这个乐团，
for the wedding dress.
去买这个新娘装、
In other words,
礼服。
before or when they're thinking about the wedding, it becomes impulse and emotionally driven instead of counting the cost first. What I'm saying.
换句话说，在结婚的那个时候呢，他们先是有冲动的，是靠感觉去做选择的，没有去计算这些价钱。
And I read another survey somewhere else.
我在那个地方也看了另一个报道，
The majority of American couples who get married
在美国大多数的夫妇呢，
get married, their wedding day puts them into debt.
他们结婚过后呢，他们就负债了。
So it starts the marriage off with debt on the books.
所以他们开始他们人生这一段的时候呢，就是负债的开始。
And what's interesting, we'll talk about this a little later, is that money is one of the most common factors in all divorces.
而很有趣的就是呢，迟点我会说到呢，很多人离婚最重要的原因是经济状况不好。
I don't know if there's a direct connection with the price of the wedding, but maybe there is. The more expensive the wedding, the more likely a divorce. I don't know.
不晓得和这个婚礼所花费的有没有关系？可能如果他花费更多在婚礼上，那么离婚的机会更大。
I'm using a wedding just as an example.
这只是一个例子而已。
It could be for anything.
这可以是任何一样事情。
Buying a house.
买一间屋子，
Oh, I have to buy the house that the wife wants.
我想我们需要买一间我太太喜欢的屋子，
8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms.
要有8间房间。
She wants it, so right, I have to buy it.
要我需要。
We need to count the cost, is
我
what
们
I'm
需
trying
要
to say.
我是要说的是，我们需要去计算、数算。
So for our wedding, this was our wedding day.
所以这是我们的婚礼。
If you see right there, that's Mr. Eugene Pruitt.
那里呢是女性，
We counted the cost.
我们有好好的计算代价。
and it cost us $3,000,
我们花了$3000，
which according to some of my friends was still a lot.
对我们一些朋友来说还是太多了。
And we had a church.
我们去教会，
We did not go to the courthouse.
我们没有去法院，
We had a reception.
我们有晚宴，
We fed everyone.
我们把众人都喂饱了。
It's not a Chinese wedding with no food, right?
这是华人的婚宴，是一定有吃东西的。
And then we had about 250 guests.
我们大概有250个来宾，
So it was a real wedding.
所以真的是一个婚礼来的啊。
But 10% of what the average was in the United States.
但是是美国一般上的婚礼来说的1/10而已。
And we actually made money from our wedding.
而我们在婚礼中呢，甚至有赚钱。
So all the gifts that people gave, it was able to cover all the expense. Plus, we had some left over.
所以我们的来宾啊，所送我们的礼物啊之类的呢，是足够我们的开销，甚至还有剩余。
So life event plans is going to vary based on what you're saving for.
所以呢，我们生活的计划很重要。所以呢，我们要储蓄多少很有关系的。
The point is, you've got to count the cost ahead of time, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish.
重点是呢，我们要成就的哪一样事情都好，我们必须先计算它需要多少钱。
And once you figure out how much you need and when you need it, you take that information to the next step.
那当你知道你什么时候需要那一笔钱，也知道需要多少钱的时候，你就可以来到下一步，
And that are our savings plans.
就是我们的储蓄计划。
And they're both similar, except they're divided by what's long-term needs and short-term needs.
那这两种储蓄计划其实是基本上一样的，只是呢，一个是长期的，一个是短期的。
And what are they for?
他们的目的，储蓄的目的是什么？
Okay, so savings plan essentially is the collection of all of the life event items that you're saving for.
所以储蓄计划呢，是把所有你人生中需要做到的东西呢的综合。
And it helps to keep the end in mind. What's the goal that you're trying to accomplish?
然后帮助你记得呢，你要达到的最终目的是什么？
And it prevents us needing to go into debt.
然后呢，就可以避免我们进入负债的状况。
Because most of the time we go into debt because we haven't adequately planned or prepared ahead of time.
因为很多时候我们负债是因为我们不足够的预备，不足够的计划。
And also it gives us a target for what to save rather than focusing on what not to spend.
所以呢，它会让我们有一个改观，就是呢，我们有一个目标，我们储蓄节俭是为了一个目的，不是呢在那边想我们不可以花费，不可以花费。
This is an important point which we'll touch on later.
这是一个很重要的一点。
So this is a graphic that illustrates the flow.
所以这个是一个流程表。
We start with all the individual events in our
我
lives.
们将人生所需要做的重大决定放在一边。
That our needs there flow into a collection we call our savings plans.
那些需要呢，就会流进到呢我们所要做的这个储蓄计划。
Alright, so what's the difference between long-term and short-term savings?
长期和短期计划有什么样的区别呢？
This is somewhat arbitrary, but I think this is practical.
这个是比较一个主观一点的，但是相当的实践。
So long-term to me is something 5 years in the future,
所以对我来说，长期计划是一个5年的计划，
or 5 years or more rather.
5年以后的计划。
Short-term is anything less than 5 years.
短期是5年以内的计划。
And the long-term savings we should be putting in higher yielding type of investments.
那长期的这种储蓄呢，我们应该投资在一些可以给我们高一点报酬的。
Whereas short-term savings, the goal is not necessarily to earn anything, but just to preserve it.
而短期的这个储蓄呢，不是说我们要从那个储蓄里面赚钱，没有，我们只是要保护那个钱不会不见而已。
And then long-term savings, because it's so far away, we save a regular amount each month.
而因为长期计划很遥远，所以我们是要做每个月的及时的这个储蓄。
This is a marathon here.
这个是一个长途赛程。
But short-term savings, because we need the money sooner, we have to save them in the order of priority.
而短期计划，因为我们很快需要用到的，所以呢，我们需要把它放得比较重要一点。
And this is a sprint.
这个呢是短跑，短程的。
So what are some examples of long and short-term savings?
所以有什么一些的例子是长期或者短期呢？
Okay, so long-term, we might have larger debts. It might be paying off your house.
所以呢，还债的时候，如果是比较长期的，好像我们的屋子啊之类的，
College savings for your child.
或者是呢储蓄为了你的孩子的读书。
Or if you're younger and you want to buy a house down payment could be a large sum.
如果你年轻的话，你想要买一间屋子，那个头期钱你需要储蓄。
And of course, retirement is the longest term savings usually.
然后退休呢，通常就是那个最长远的。
Short-term savings, smaller debts,
短期的就是一些比较小的债务，
emergency fund.
一些紧急的这个资金。
And I'll just mention this, everyone should have an emergency fund.
我要告诉大家，一定要有一个紧急的资金，
Money that is set aside approximately 3 to 6 months of your living expenses.
需要储蓄呢，大概3到6个月的需要你的所需的这个。
Because if there's an accident
因为如果有意外啊，什么事情的
or
话，
some type of disaster,
或者什么灾难之类的，
you have something to fall back on in the time of an emergency.
在那个紧急的时候呢，你有一点的钱呢可以周转。
Because if you use your credit card, you end up in a spiral. You already have an emergency, and now you have interest on what you have to pay back.
因为如果你是用信用卡来应付的话呢，那么你就会进入一个循环了，你就又欠钱，然后你又花费，然后你又欠更多钱。
So I usually put emergency fund and your debts high up in priority.
所以呢，这些小小的债务，还有特别是这个紧急的资金，我会把它放到比较高的位置。
And then the other short-term things are vacations and weddings and things you want to buy. You need a new computer, a car, things like that.
其他东西就好像我们的婚礼啊，或者是旅行啊，需要做的买的车啊，还是玩具啊，各种东西。
So I want to give you an example through Frugal Fanny.
所以呢，我要你从这个节俭的 Fanny 的身上呢，看一看她的计划。
She is a nurse.
她是一位护士，
So let's take a look at her long-term savings goal.
所以我们看一看她长期的计划是什么。
So she went through her life event planning already.
所以她已经做了她人生的计划，
And she had 3 things that she wants to save for long term.
还有3个呢是要长期储蓄的。
First, she has student loans from nursing school.
第一呢是她读书的时候呢有欠了学生的债，
And she wants to pay it off in 10 years.
所以呢她要在10年内还完。
Okay, and then she has a house down payment. By the time she's done with her student loans, then she wants to buy a house. So she wants $20,000 for her house down payment.
然后呢，她也是计划要买一间屋子，所以她就计算呢，在她还完债过后，她想要买一间屋子10年。
And she wants to retire in her 60s. She's in her 20s now. She wants $750,000 for retirement.
然后呢，她想要退休，她要在40年以后退休，所以呢，她计划呢要储蓄大概75万。
And again, these are all US dollar numbers.
再一次的，这就是美金啊。
So she just divides it up by however many months between now and the time she needs her money.
所以她就把这几个年的时间呢，把它除有多少个月的时间，
And includes a reasonable rate of return
然后
in her
呢，
investments.
在她的投资上呢，计算一下有一个适当的回酬。
And she figures she needs to save $770 per month.
他就算到呢，他每个月就需要储蓄$770。
It's interesting because if you look here, she needs $805,000.
很特别的，因为呢，你看见他其实总共需要储蓄的是多少呢？是80万。
When you look at that number, it feels impossible.
那你看到这80万的时候，你就觉得太多了，怎么可能储蓄那么多？
But she doesn't need to focus on those big numbers. All she has is this one number, $770.
但是他不需要一直看这个80万，他只需要记得的每个月770。
So the one thing that she needs to remember,
所以他需要记得的唯一一样事情是，
in order for her to reach her long-term goals,
他要达到他长期计划，
she just needs to remember one number,
他只需要记得一个号码，
$770 minimum each month.
就是一个月770块钱。
All of a sudden, that doesn't seem as daunting as $800,000.
突然间呢，就觉得不是那么难达到的，对不对？
So it keeps her focused in the right place.
所以呢，他就会比较容易专心。
But what about her short-term savings?
但是我们看一看他短期的计划，
She has credit card debt,
他有债卡，
$1,000.
所以信用卡是1000，
And the interest on that is 20-25% per month, so she needs to pay it off right away.
而那个信用卡的这个利呢，是每个月可能28%左右，所以他要马上还这个贷款。
She has an emergency fund that she needs to fill up.
他有一个紧急资金呢，他需要快快的得到。
And she got engaged, and so she is saving up for a wedding, or at least her portion of the wedding. Maybe someone else is paying part of it. Next May.
所以呢，他也是已经要结婚了，所以呢，他的那一部分他要储蓄3000块钱，因为明年就要结婚了。
And then after they get married, she and her fiance decided, hey, we want to go on a mission trip together. It's going to cost $500.
他们决定了结婚过后呢，他们想去做一些圣工，然后他觉得我们需要储蓄500块钱。
She also has a car loan that has $5,000 left, and the payment expires in 2018.
而他有一辆车，他的车的贷款需要还，在2018年前还5000块。
And she recently got a computer, but her computer lasts about 5 years from the way she uses it. So she wants to prepare for a new computer in 5 years, and it will cost $1,500.
现在他有一架电脑，但他想我的电脑可能5年就要换一个新的电脑，所以他就开始储蓄呢1500块买一个新电脑。
If you divide out these 4 down here by the months between when now and when she needs the money.
所以当他把以下的就是有一些时间达到的，他就把它分为每一个月需要储蓄的钱。
Add this up, she's going to need at least $900 a month.
他加了起来呢，他就发现到，我每个月大概需要900块钱。
But we haven't figured these two.
但是第一和第二还没有想清楚。
And these are the most urgent.
而那2个是最紧要的。
So what can we do?
那我们要怎么办？
Now this is a fictional situation.
当然，这个是一个假设的状况啊。
So take the principles and apply it however your numbers work out.
所以我们学习它的原则，然后让我们在生活上的运用。
And the way I would look at this is I would say, hey, what's this down here?
所以我就在看我底下的这一个就是这个车的贷款。
She has a car on which she owes money.
她有一辆车，这辆车呢是欠钱的车。
It costs $450 a month in payments.
我每个月呢需要还450块呢支付这辆车。
Is there something we can do about that?
可不可以在这里做调整呢？
So Frugal Fanny's car.
所以我们看看Fanny 她驾的车。
This is a Honda Accord.
这是 Honda Accord。
In the United States, it's the second most popular vehicle.
在美国呢是第2最普遍的车。
And she has a 2012 model.
她有一个2012年的模型
which she bought brand new with a car loan.
所以呢，她是买一辆新的车，那时候。
I don't know how much it cost back then, $20-something thousand, but now it's only worth $13,000.
那时候她买的时候可能有2万多块吧，但是现在那个车价只是13000左右。
She still owes $5,000.
她还欠5000块钱。
So what should she do?
所以该怎么办？
She has these emergencies, these high priority goals that she has no money for. Can we do something with this car?
因为呢，她有一些比较重要的，她需要还清的这些债务呢，她可不可以做一些调整呢？
This is where I get a little controversial.
所以现在呢，我是来到比较有争议性的课题了。
But hear me out, okay?
但是请听我说，
She should sell the car.
应该把车卖掉。
Let's see how the numbers work.
那我们看一下这个数目。
She sells a car for $13,000.
她把车卖掉是13000，
It covers the $5,000 of the loan.
就还清了这个车的债。
She goes and buys a cheap used car for $2,500.
她买一个比较便宜的二手车，花2500块。
And she has now $5,500 left over.
现在她剩下5500。
Does she still have a car that she can drive?
现在她还有没有一辆车，她可以驾的车？
So I'm not saying that you have to deprive yourself, right?
所以我不是说你不可以驾车，
But you just have to drive a slightly not so nice car.
只是需要驾一辆没有那么好的车而已。
And let me tell you, my car is worth less than $2,500.
我想告诉你是，我所驾的车是比2500块更便宜的车，
It's a fine car.
但是它很好的 的车。
So 2,500, I'm being generous.
所以呢，2500块我很大方的，其实
She could go buy a $500 car.
他可以买一个500块的车，
You have to tape it together to keep it running.
你要一直的修理啊。不过，
But here's the point, it is temporary.
但是这是很重要的，这是暂时的车。
And you'll see how with the way that we're running the plan, she can actually end up driving this car for a short time, but end up with a nicer car down the road. I'll show you how.
但是迟一点呢，可以看到呢，他怎么可以先暂时这样没有这么好的车，过后还可以得到更好的车。
So right now the point is she has just freed up $5,500.
现在我们看见是呢，他刚刚得到了5500块，就是可以流动的资金，
While she still has a vehicle to get to work.
而他还有一辆车可以去工作用的。
So $5,500 we dump right here in these top two lines.
所以我马上的呢就还去上面2个最重要的债务。
Credit card debt, bam, gone forever.
所以我们信用卡的贷款呢还清了，不用贷款了。
And let me tell you, when you make that payment, it'll be a sense of hallelujah, praise the Lord.
你做那一个还清的时候，你会感谢上帝，赞美上帝，有没有这感觉？
And she needed $9,000 for emergency fund, and she has now half of that covered already.
而他刚才所需要的这个紧急基金的9000块钱，现在已经一半就已经有了。
So we'll come back to that.
所以我们迟一点会回到这里。
But we see down here a car loan
但
is
是我
gone.
们看见呢，它底下这个车的贷款已经不用还了，
Here's something incredible.
所以这里就有很新奇，
Because this was a car loan
因为这是一个车的贷款，
with $5,000 left on,
就是还要还清5000块的
her
贷款。
$450 monthly payment was simply repaying the loan.
他那450块钱的一次还贷款的这个钱，
If she took that $450 and simply saved it, meaning pay it to herself instead of the bank,
如果他把这450块钱呢还给自己，就是不要还银行，是收给自己。
at the same time that she would have paid off the previous loan, she would have twice the amount saved.
他呢，在2018年以前呢，他可以储蓄之前2倍的钱。
So by that same time, saving the same amount because she was willing to step down to a slightly used car,
就因为他愿意用一辆比较没有那么好的车，在同一个时候，就是2018年的时候，他就可以
so now she can upgrade her vehicle.
有1万块呢去买新车，
And her older car, she still has capital or value in it.
而他那辆比较没有那么好的旧车，还有一点价值的。
If it's $1,000, $2,000, now she has $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 to apply to an upgraded vehicle.
如果那一辆车还有可以卖1000块或者2000块的话，现在他就有12000块呢，可以买一辆新车。
It might not be a brand new car, but it can be a nicer car than the one that she sold originally.
可能不能买一辆全新的车，但是可以买一辆二手比他以前价的更好的车。
All the way through this process, she has never gone without transportation.
但是在这整个过程中呢，他一直都有车价。
But by being willing to be patient and content and wait a little bit, she gets out of debt and she gets a nicer car.
但是因为他愿意忍耐一点，然后愿意呢在一辆比较没有那么好的车而满足的话呢，他可以买一辆新车。
And who knows, she might like the old car and say, oh, I don't have to get anymore.
而且不需要贷款，可能他会喜欢上这辆旧车。
So we have $4,500 that we need to top up in the emergency fund.
所以在这个紧急的这个资金中呢，还有4500块。
This is a frequent situation where people just have no idea, oh, where am I going to come up with an extra $4,500?
这是一个情况，人家想，哎呀，怎么办呢？这4500块没有地方找啊，往哪里去？
This is the time to get creative.
现在呢是开始要有一点创意了，
There are various things that could be done.
有很多可以做的东西。
We say yard sale in the United States. I don't know if you do that here.
在美国就可以，就是做一些卖掉一些家里的东西。
The point is, be willing to sell your stuff.
重点是呢，要愿意将你拥有的一些不需要的东西呢卖掉。
You will be surprised what people are willing to pay for what you think is junk.
你会很新奇的，很多人会买一些你认为是没有用的东西。
There were some things that we had stashed in the house, some electronics.
有一些东西好像电子器之类的东西，在家里放了很久。
And there were people who were willing to pay us more than what we bought it for.
有些人甚至愿意比我们买的时候付更多的钱去买这样东西。
You can try eBay.
可能可以尝试用网上一些销售的方式。
Don't know if eBay operates here, but some online commerce type of store.
就是网络上一些经营可以互相买卖的。
If you have the option of working more hours, volunteer yourself to get paid more.
如果你有一些机会呢，可以做多一点的工，加工之类的。
Side jobs, maybe go help an elderly person take care of their house, or walk their dog, or babysit. Look for other things to do.
可以做一点副业，比如说帮一些老人家在他家里去照顾他，还是去照顾一些邻居的孩子之类的，很多不同的小小的工作。
Because you have a specific target number you're shooting for, it doesn't have to be a prolonged type of, endeavor.
因为现在你有一个计划了，有一个标准了，所以你不需要是一个长期遥遥无期，一直要继续做的一种工作。
So once you meet the goal, we'll just say both of these two are now covered.
所以当你如果达到那个目标，我们就说上面两个可以做得到。
So now this is her new short-term savings plan, and here she needs a total of $15,000, which is $900 a month.
所以现在呢，它是这个全新的这个储蓄短期计划呢，我们就说它每个月需要900块。
So because we're saving up in a short term, we need to prioritize things when we need them.
因为我们是做短期计划，所以我们需要把它的优先次序呢排列好。
So the simple way to remember it is we need to run as fast as we can to 15,000 as soon as possible.
所以我们的计划是短期越快达到15000越好。
And if you want to break it down, 3,500, make those a short-term goalposts as you move down the line.
然后呢，如果我们要做计划的话，就可能是那个婚礼的3000块啊，还有旅行的500块，那个是更短期的，越快越好。
And then long term, 770 every month, just continuously, automatically save that amount.
而长期的呢，就是每个月770。
So her savings plans accomplishes several things.
所以当他做这个计划的时候呢，他就成就一些事情。
It helps to reveal the clear priorities in her life.
这会让他看见他人生中的最重要的优先次序是什么。
Our money shows us where our heart is.
我们的钱让我们看见到我们的心在哪里。
And this plan helps us put down on paper so we know where our heart is.
而这个计划呢，就让我们的心意呢，可以写在纸上，我们可以看见到。
Also, this savings plan helps us know where all the extra money has to go.
然后呢，这计划也让我们看见呢，我们剩余的钱应该要储蓄去哪一个地方。
So Chinese New Year, you get your red pocket money.
所以新年时候可能收到红包。
We can't say, oh, I have all this money, I can spend it on whatever I want.
我们不会说，哦，我有红包，很多钱了，我可以花任何的地方。
You have a written plan, you know exactly where that money ought to go.
你现在有一个计划了，你知道你的钱要储在哪里了。
It gives a target number to save for in the monthly spending plan, which we'll talk about in a minute.
它帮助你呢，知道呢，你每一个月需要储蓄的是多少。
And it gives a final target number for total savings, which means any surplus above that can be given away.
这个也让你看到呢，你有一个标准可以去达到的。也就是说，如果你达到这个标准后，这些剩余的钱你可以捐出去的。
It helps reduce the stress of saying, oh, maybe I don't have enough.
是帮助你呢，你就会感觉到，哎呀，我不够钱，我不懂可不可以捐，我要做的。
You already have a plan, you've written it down, you've thought through it, you have enough.
你现在有一个计划了，你已经想清楚了，你知道你有足够的。
John Maxwell says a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
John Maxwell 告诉我们说呢，一个预算呢是告诉我们的钱去了哪里，而不是在那里想钱去了哪里。
So just like what Jesus said, count the cost before you build your tower.
就像耶稣告诉我们的那样，就是呢，我们在建造房子前要计算我们所需要的。
So we're talking about the monthly spending plan next.
所以现在我们看到的这个每个月的预计。
So how does it work?
每个月的预计是怎么样的？
So we started with our life events, all of the various items we're trying to save for.
所以我们开始的时候是我们人生所有重要的决定，我们要储蓄为什么储蓄？
And that, all of the collection of those events form our long and short-term saving.
有了那一些的资料过后呢，我们就可以做一个长期和短期的储蓄计划。
These are our goals now.
这是我们的目标了。
And it helps distill down, okay, what number do I need to save every month?
帮助我们知道呢，我们每个月要达到的数字是多少。
And now it tells us, okay, in my monthly spending, I need to save X amount.
就帮助我们知道呢，我们每个月的预算中，我需要储蓄多少钱。
And then you will see, whatever we spend, it feeds back here, and then there's going to be a loop that helps us adjust as we go.
然后我们看见到呢，这呢就会有一个循环，我们知道呢，我们可以达到。
So how do we do a monthly spending?
那我们要怎么知道我们每个月的开支要怎么样做预算呢？
You need to list your projected monthly income at the very top.
我们在上面呢一定要写下我们每个月预算呢会得到多少收入。
This is easy if you are on payroll where you get paid the same amount every pay period.
如果你是打工的话呢，就很容易，因为你知道每个月的工资呢是多少。
But if you are in business for yourself,
那如果你是做生意的，
or if you have an irregular income,
或者是你的收入呢是不稳定的，
this is simply doing the best you can.
这就是呢你做越好的这个猜测的是越好。
You maybe look through the previous year,
可能你看去年所得到的收入，
and you can project based on the seasonal activity of your business or something like that.
然后看着它的这个行情的走势呢，可以做个预算。
And you may want to do, instead of a monthly spending plan, you may want to do 2 months or a quarterly spending plan.
所以呢，你就可能不会做一个每个月的计划，你做一个2个月、3个月的一个计划。
And then after that, you need to list all of your projected monthly expenses.
然后呢，你就需要把所有的消费呢都预计的写下来。
And this is what we talked about in our very first meeting.
这呢，就是我们在第一堂所说到的，
We have to keep track of what we're spending.
我们一定要知道我们每个月的花费在哪一个地方。
If you don't know what you're spending, you have nowhere to begin in your budgeting.
如果你不知道你每个月花多少钱的话，你在这里就不能做预计了。
So once you have all of these expenses, you list them out
所以当你有这一些的时候呢，你就可以把它列出来，
and you categorize them.
然后你就把它分组，
And then now you're creating a plan for the upcoming month.
然后你就可以算呢下一个月的预计。
And you assign the dollar amounts to each category of expenses that you think you will need to spend.
然后每一个组合呢，你都放你预计会花费的是多少钱，
And then that's the starting point.
那是开始的。
The goal is to reduce the spending in each category so as much can go towards savings as possible.
但是你的目的是什么？目的是要减少你的消费，使到更多的钱可以进入到你的储蓄。
That's called gathering up the fragments, what we talked about yesterday.
那是我们昨天所说到拾取零碎办法。
This might be controversial too. I believe the ideal dollar amount to spend is 0.
这是很多人比较争议的一点。我觉得呢，我们每个人每个月预计要消费的，应该是没有消费，
Obviously, it's not possible, right?
是不可能的，对不对
It's？the way of thinking is
但
what
是
I'm talking about.
是我的这个思维似乎是这样的。
Let me explain what I mean.
让我解释一下我所说的。
If you get a budgeting sample worksheet from some ministry somewhere,
当你去从不同的地方呢，你拿到他们每个月的这个开销的计划，
they'll give you a list of suggested percentages of your income to spend on your various budgetary items.
他会告诉你的每个月他们消费，他们会建议是多少%的这个你的收入。
They'll say something like 25 to 30% for housing,
他们说25到30%是租屋子的钱，
10 to 15% for transportation,
10到15%是你的交通费
5 to 10% for clothing,
，5到10%是你的穿着，
so on and so forth.
各种的这样子的不同的。
It gives the impression that that is the amount that we're supposed to spend.
这会给你一种感觉，就是我们应该花这么多钱在这方面的。
But I think our thinking should be we should keep those expenses as low as possible.
但是我的想法是呢，我们应该尝试把这些消费越低越好，越低越好。
Because in our case, we paid off our house.
因为在我们的情况中呢，我们的屋子已经供完了。
I'll tell you the story in our next hour.
下一个小时会告诉你们这个故事。
But basically, right now, our rent and our mortgage is 0.
但是现在呢，我们供屋子的钱和租屋子的钱是零。
We have to pay our insurance and we have to pay property tax, but that's it.
我们需要还一些这个门牌税啊之类的，但是就是这么简单而已。
And our electricity rate
而我们的电费呢
is also 0.
也是零，
Because we saved and we installed solar panels and now the power company pays us.
因为我们装了这个太阳能呢，我们就不需要买电了，甚至呢，我们卖电给电公司。
So the idea here is we can't be locked into thinking, oh, we must spend so much because that's what everyone does.
我想告诉你的是呢，我们不可以有这个思维，就是我们每个月需要花这么多钱，就因为其他人也是花这么多钱。
And on the flip side,
但是在反方面呢，
if you are in a certain place where cost of living might be higher,
当你在一个地方，你的生活消费比较高的话，
you might be spending more on certain things and less on others, but it balances out.
因为你在某一方面呢，你会花费更多，某一方面花的更少，但是呢会有平衡。
The bottom line goal is just this: the aim is to hit our targets from the saving
但
plans.
是最底的限度呢，我们的目的是什么呢？就是能够达到我们储蓄计划的那个号码。
And the more we're able, or the less we're able to spend, the more we save, the faster we hit those goals.
那如果我们减少我们的花费，增加我们的储蓄呢，我们就会更快达到我们的目标。
So every month we should review our budget with what we actually spent and then adjust.
所以，我们每个月做出计划过后呢，我们要知道那个月的月尾，要知道真正的花费了多少，我们可以做调整。
We have to see, is my budget realistic?
我们要知道呢，我们所做的预算是不是实际的，可
And
以
ask the
做到。
questions, is there some things that I can cut?
然后可以问一下，我们还可以做些什么样的节省？
Alright, so this is Fanny's current monthly spending.
所以这是 Fanny 每个月的预计，的花费。
So she earns $3,600
她每个月的收入是3600块，
and her expenses are about 90% of what she makes.
而她的花费呢是大概她的收入的98%，
So she's saving 10%.
所以呢她只储蓄了18%。
And compared to most Americans, she would be doing pretty well.
但是呢，和其他的美国人来说呢，她其实做的不错了，已经有
Most Americans, they're in the negative here.
多数的美国人呢都是负数的。
Alright, so we'll go through some of these in a minute, the actual items, but let's take a look at how this compares with her saving goals.
但是我们看一看她和她的这个目标呢，储蓄目标可达到吗？
So with a 10% savings rate, she's saving $360 every month.
所以呢，她每个月储蓄360块的话，
She needs $770 a month in order to hit her long-term goals,
她的长期计划呢需要770块，
and she needs to hit $15,000 for her short-term goals.
但是她短期计划需要15000。
So what we see immediately is that she has $360, which does not even cover the long-term savings.
所以这里看到的是呢，她360块不能够达到她的长期储蓄计划，
She has no money left over to apply to anything else.
也没有钱去用在别的地方了。
So her wedding, mission trip, new car, no way of accomplishing that.
所以她的婚礼，她的这个海外布道的计划，她的买新车的计划都不能达到了。
So what can she do?
所以她怎么办？
She has several options.
有几个办法。
The first option is she can go back to her goals and say, okay, this is not realistic. I need to adjust them.
第一是她回去她的储蓄计划呢，她就看这些不能了，我可能不能够做到这一些的目标，
And that is a legitimate thing.
那是可以做的。
Sometimes we have eyes that are bigger than our stomach, right?
有时候我们的眼睛比我们的胃口还大。
Number two, she can increase her income.
第二呢是她可以增加她的收入，
So she can just make more money somehow, get another job, or work on the side.
所以想一些办法呢去赚更多的钱。
Or she can live up to her name, she's frugal after all, and cut her spending.
第三呢就是呢，她可以节俭一点，然后呢减少她的开销。
Or number 4, some combination of them.
而第4就是呢，把这3者呢都要做得到。
But I think one option that should not be on the table is debt.
但是我知道呢，唯一一个不可以做的事呢，就是去借钱。
So what can she do?
所以他可以做什么呢？
Running the numbers, if she has a 35% savings rate,
如果他储蓄他收入的35%，
she's now saving $1,260.
他就可以储蓄呢1260块了。
And she has $770 to apply every month to the long-term savings.
每个月有足够的钱去给他的长期计划。
She has $490 now to apply to short-term savings.
现在他每个月有490块呢，是给他的短期收入。
And how long to take to get to 3 years or to 15,000? 3 years.
多少年呢才能够达到他的短期计划呢？3年。
So she can achieve her goal now.
所以现在呢，他可以达到他的这个目标了。
And she's saving for them in priority. So as things are checked off the list, she actually can apply more to the next item down the line.
所以呢，短期的是跟着优先次序的，所以一个做完了后可以到下一个，再下一个。
So this is how we see the flow chart here of our financial plan.
所以这个是我们这个个人经济计划的这个流程。
So life events flow into our long and short-term savings.
所以人生的计划呢，就会去到我们的长期和短期储蓄。
So our savings goals inform how much we should or should not spend in our monthly spending plan.
而我们的储蓄目标，让我们看到每个月的预计中可以花多少，不可以花多少。
And how much we're able to save now then feeds back here to start topping up all of the goals in this category.
然后我们每个月的预计中能够储蓄到的钱呢，就可以回去我们的储蓄计划呢，让我们可以有新的目标，每个月有新的目标。
So this becomes a virtuous cycle.
所以那就成为了一个循环。
So she needs an extra $900 a month, which is $30 per day.
这就代表说呢，他每个月只需要多储蓄900块钱，也就是每天多储蓄30块钱。
So what can she do? What are some options?
所以怎么办呢？有什么办法？
Some of these may not apply to you.
有一些对我们来说可能不能做得到。
But here are some ideas of ways to cut costs.
但是这些是一些想法建议呢，可以减少开销。
She was paying $800 a month for rent.
他每个月呢花400块钱呢租房间。
How can she shave that right in half?
他不可以减少他的租金呢？
She can find a roommate.
他可以找一个室友一起住。
She's not married yet.
因为还没有结婚。
That's one option.
那是一个办法。
And maybe once she is married, there might be more efficiencies than two.
然后呢，当他结婚过后，可能2个人一起住呢，就更加的容易了。
Okay, her utilities and cell phone plan.
他的这个水电费和他的这个手机的网络费。
If she has a roommate, the utilities get split.
如果他有室友的话呢，那么他的水电费就可以一起住。
And cell phones is a different thing in the United States.
而在美国，这个手提电话是完全不一样的东西。
It is not nearly as affordable as it is here.
在那里呢，不像在这里那么便宜。
And so when I list this with the American audience, saving $100 on a cell phone plan is actually a pretty big deal. But I don't think you spend that much on cell phones here.
所以在美国呢，减了100块钱这个电话费呢，对他们来讲是蛮容易做得到，但是在马来西亚就没有花这么多。
Yeah, people spend regularly $200 or more per month just for their phone.
很多人在美国呢，每个月花费在手机电话的钱呢是200块以上的美金。
And the food here, saving $50 a month.
然后这个食物上呢，每个月省去50块钱。
There are a couple ways you could go and just start eating 2 meals a day.
有几种方法，第一个方法就是每天吃2餐就好了。
That's what I do actually. I eat 2 meals.
那是我做的，我每天吃2餐。
But more likely, it just means eating out 1 or 2 times less a week.
但是其实实际上来说呢，给大多数人就是少出去吃1-2次，每个星期少出去吃。
Transportation.
那么交通费呢？
It could be carpooling,
可能是和别人一起乘车。
taking public transport instead of driving yourself,
或者是坐公共交通工具，
or it could be walking, whatever the options might be.
或者是减少驾车多走路，
Depending on your situation, that could vary.
是看不同的人。
Insurance.
保险，
Generally speaking, by just shopping around, you can get a much better rate.
如果你去研究各种市场所供应的这些保险计划的话呢，通常你都可以找到一些比较廉价的保险。
Personal effects like clothing, personal hygiene products, things like that.
其他的就好像我们用的日常用品啊，沐浴露啊之类的东西。
Some of those things are essential, but maybe one less pair of shoes,
有些可
one
能
less pair of pants or outfit.
可能很重要，但是可能每个月少买一双鞋，还是少买一件衣服之类的。
And then recreation, this one, it could be any number of things. Cancel a subscription of some sort.
最后那一个就是娱乐方面可能就可以减少某一些娱乐方面的东西了，可能不要订购一些杂志之类的。
Obviously, your numbers will be different.
肯定的是，我们本身每个人的计划都不一样的。
These are just some examples of a common American young person.
这个只是一些普遍上美国年轻人他们所花费的。
So with this subtraction, she's saving 35% now.
所以，如果他可以做出这一切的调整的话，他就可以储蓄35%的收入了。
And so, frugal Fanny can actually accomplish her goals without earning more money.
所以 Fanny 呢，在没有增加她的收入的状况下呢，其实可以达到她的计划。
But there may be those instances
但是有一些情况，
where you may need to go out and earn a little bit more.
你可能需要出去再多做一些其他的工作。
How important is it for you to have money to pay for that wedding, right?
你需要多少钱去付给这个婚礼呢？多重要呢？对你来说？
There might be instances where, for a short period of time, you have to go work a little bit harder. And there are those instances where we really do have to adjust our goals.
而有一些情况下呢，我们真的是需要去调整我们的这个计划的目标。
It may not be realistic to be able to get a new car in 3 years.
可能3年后不一定能够买新车，
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
可能要等多1-2年。
Those are legitimate adjustments that we should be willing to make.
那些是呢一些很实际可以做调整的地方。
That's the essence of learning to be content with whatsoever we have.
但是呢，要满足于我们所拥有的一种的学习方式。
The temptation is to run out and borrow money.
我们常常有的这一种试探呢，就是去借钱。
But I think far better for us to have the self-discipline and the courage to say, no, I'm not going to do that.
但是呢，有这个忍耐，有这个胆量呢，去说不，我不去借钱是好的。
I heard a saying once that is very, I think, appropriate.
我听过一个名言，我觉得是很适当的。
It says, you can afford anything you want.
他说呢，你可以支付任何你想要的东西，
You just can't have everything you want.
只是呢，你不能够拥有你要的所有的一切。
Just like this, sometimes you may have to wait a while, but you can save up for it.
就是说呢，你可能可以达到一些，但是你需要想一些方式的去达到。
Alright, so as we conclude here, we view our budgets differently.
所以呢，我们在这里结束的时候就要想，我们对这个预算呢，每个人的看法都不一样。
As you've seen, when I think of a budget, I don't just think of how much can I spend, how much should I not spend every month.
我在想关于预算的时候，我不是在想我可以花多少，不可以花多少。
Because most of the time when we talk about budget, it is a mechanism to control our spending.
因为很多时候我们做预算，我们的思想是怎么样控制我们的消费。
That's only part of it.
那其实只是一部分而已。
I believe our budgets or our financial plan should push us towards optimizing our savings instead.
但是我个人认为呢，每个预算，它的动力呢，乃是要推动我们去增加我们的储蓄。
My goal is not simply to not overspend,
我的目标不是呢，我不要花太多，
My goal is for me to be able to save enough to meet my needs.
我的思维是我要储蓄足够呢，达到我个人的需要。
Importantly, it answers the question of why.
这个呢，会让我们回答这个为什么的问题。
A budget might say, oh, I can only spend $100 eating out this month.
我们看这个预算说，哦，我们每个月出去吃只能花100块钱。
But why should I only spend 100?
说我们为什么只可以花100块呢？
Why can't I spend 120 instead?
为什么我不可以花120块呢？
With a budget system like this, we know exactly why.
如果我们有做预算，我们知道为什么我们不可以这样做。
Because those extra $20 means I'm able to afford that new car in 3 years.
因为这20块钱就代表我3年后不能买我这个新车。
And it helps us keep the difference between the means and the end.
这也帮助我们分辨呢，我们用的方式和我们达到的成果。
We save money for a purpose. We don't do it simply for the sake of saving money.
我们储蓄呢是要达到一些的目的，不是为了储蓄而储蓄。
And also the way that we organize it, it keeps the focus on the rate of savings.
而它把我的专注力呢注重在呢我们储蓄的这个频率，或者是我们每个月需要储蓄多少这样子。
And it is focusing on the goal, which makes budgeting more motivating.
而这帮助我们呢有一些的目标，使到我们有更加的多的这个动力呢去做这个预算。
Because when we think about money, frequently it's restriction.
很多时候我们想到钱的时候，我们会感到它是约束我们的、控制我们。
What we shouldn't do.
我们不应该做什么。
What I cannot have.
我不能够有什么东西，不能够花在什么身上。
But instead, we should be thinking of those are the things that I am achieving.
但是你要想的是呢，这些是我要达到的目标啊。
And when we are achieving something, it's far more gratifying, far more motivating.
而当我们可以达到目标的时候呢，这是一种的推动力，一种的帮助我们的鼓励。
We'll talk about relationships a little bit more, but I'll mention this now.
我们迟点会谈到感情，现在我要讲一点点。
A lot of times, couples have conflict between money.
很多时候呢，夫妻呢将会因为钱的缘故呢而争吵。
One says, we need to save more, we need to spend less money, why are you going shopping so much?
一个说呢，我们需要储蓄更多钱我们不可以花费这么多，为什么你整天去购物？
The other one says, we're doing okay, what's the big deal?
另外说，我们没有问题我们生活很好，为什么你这么生气？
But when you have a goal on paper and you go over it together,
但是如果你有一个计划已经写下来了，大家已经商量好了，
and you are in agreement with each other,
你们2个人都同意了，
you can say,
你就可以说，
you can have that dress,
你可以买那件衣服，
but we may have to postpone our vacation.
但是呢，我们的这个假期呢就要延迟了。
How about if you want a new outfit, let's do that after we get back from Rome or London or LA.
然后你可以说，如果你真的要那件衣服，可能我们度假后回来以后我们再买，好不好？
You see, we're focusing on the goal, like let's do this together.
因为我们在专注于一个目标，我们去做这样事情，一起去做，
Instead of, why don't you stop doing that?
而不是哎呀，你停止这样做，你不可以做这个。
It's a tool that can actually help family communication.
所以是一个让家庭可以做沟通的一个方式。
So let's summarize quickly and then we'll take a break.
所以我们快快的结束，我们就休息一段时间。
So the point that Jesus teaches us, you must have a plan or you will never reach your destination.
所以耶稣告诉我们，我们一定要有计划，要不然我们不能达到终点。
Financial plans reveal our priorities in life.
我们的经济计划呢，就让我们看出我们生命中重要的东西是什么。
We should plan ahead for our life events instead of relying on debt.
我们对于人生的计划呢，必须做预算，要不然我们不可以呢去借钱。
And our savings, our goals for our savings should drive our monthly spending decisions.
而我们储蓄的这些目标呢，是帮助我们、鼓励我们去做我们的每个月的预算。
So we will stop here and we will pick it up in our next session with talking about some of the relationship aspects of money management. Let's close with prayer as we conclude this session.
所以我们回来之前，我们先做祷告。
Father in heaven, we thank you for practical ways to manage our money.
天父上帝，我们感谢你，让我们有很实际的理财方法。
May we learn to count the cost as you have counseled.
求主你帮助我们听从你的劝言，去计算我们的代价。
We pray in Jesus' name.
奉主耶稣名求。
Amen.